Let's talk about why I do not teach to disengage the hind end. Do not disengage the hind end. And here is why. Let's start with the physical aspect. So, what happens when the hind end is disengaged is that the inner hind leg actually crosses over the middle line of the horse's body over here, and the entire hind end moves this way. And most of the time, the human has control of the nose and bends the nose this way. This is a movement that the horse barely ever does in nature naturally, and therefore compromises the SI joint. Not only does it compromise the SI joint, it also creates unhealthy biomechanics, because the horse brings the weight to the front end. Weight on front end. We want the weight to be on the hind end, correct? So that means that our horse will have potentially a hard time finding balance and engagement on the hind end. We're going to call that limited, right? We can just do a downward arrow. When we do not have the engagement from the hind end, then we also have a lack of forward energy. When this happens, then we can actually have a compensatory movement pattern. So we have some compensation. Now, all of this causes RT, residual tension, which I talk about in my program, and which in my opinion is the number one cause for horses to have behavioral issues, lack of connection with you, and lack of confidence, amongst other things. And that's where scary experiences and accidents happen. Now, when we're looking at the mental and emotional component, I'm going to give a example for that. So one of the horse trainers that has over 100,000 followers shows a horse that bites when the horse is being saddled. And his idea is to pull the horse's head towards him and to start quickly to disengage the hind end with a stick to keep the horse from biting. And so what that means is the actual root cause is not addressed in any shape or form. We are lacking the root cause, right? Because there is a reason why the horse bites. There is the reason why a horse does the things where trainer said you need to disengage the hind end. We want to find the reason, because otherwise the horse does not feel seen, heard, and understood. And that causes your horse to shut down. Again, shut down, residual tension. That's where scary experiences, accidents happen, because now we have a horse that is in self-preservation, and protection. And in the worst case scenario, disengaging the hind end will cause, and I'm going to put that in a different color here, learned, that's not going to work, permanent marker, we don't want that either, learned help, it's just not learned helplessness. And you need to understand that some trainers want their horse to be there because then they have a robot there you can press buttons and pull strings and the horse will just do what you want them to do. Is this happening in various levels? Absolutely. I personally do not use disengaging the hind end in my program at all. Instead, what we are doing is make some room here. This is like a symbolic clean slate here, right? We are creating a clean slate with a relationship reset or restart or start, depending on whether you've had your horse for a while or you just got your horse. And we are creating interconnection so that our horse feels seen, heard, understood, so that we become the guardian of our own and our horses' safety, confidence, and empowerment. So instead of disempowering our horse, we are empowering our horse and ourselves. And we're doing all of this with the principles of the lead mare and love, peace, and understanding. I hope this helps why you should not disengage the hind end and what to do instead. If you are interested in my relationship reset curriculum and mentorship program, right now is the best time to become a member. Prices will go up next year and a waiting list will be there as well. So if you want to change the relationship between you and your horse, if you want to solve behavioral issues, if you want to create more connection, if you want to raise your and your horse's confidence, if you want to engage in a two-way conversation with your horse as a heart-centered horse lover so that you can avoid and even eliminate scary experiences and even accidents for yourself and your horse, give me a shout out. As I always say in my mentorship group meetings, with lots of love, because love makes everything better, including our horsewomanship. Thanks for listening, and pop your questions and aha moments below in the comment section. Bye.